What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. Kicking this off with Vince because we are the people that care about PFO. That's how it works. But no, just kidding.
Usually make this big introduction. I was caught a little bit off guard here.
Oh, okay. We can put you backstage.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna let you say hello while I'm.
I'll do my thing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Pop Force 1. Josh, I think, is wrapping up his show. Vince is going to buy some pops, and I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat. Sheila's here. Tina's in the house. DJ Mr. Todd. Susan. So good to see you, Susan. Thank you so much for coming on by. I see Adelaide Toy Collectors in the house. What's up, Chris? Macklin Hunts is here. The other Matthew is here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Michelle is here. Dom the Bomb. What a great name. Dom the Bomb. Look at that.
Dom.
You were waiting for the 30-minute. Oh, there we go. There we go. Josh is here. Let me bring Josh on. What's up, Josh?
What's going on?
Good to see you in the house. Gloria is here. What's up, Gloria? Yes, I usually do the grand introduction, but I figured, you know what? Let's just kick it off strong this evening. Seth is here. Rob is here. Flanny's in the house. Brian says 54 people in here, and 37 of you guys haven't hit the like button yet. That's okay. We'll give it a couple minutes before we start pointing fingers. But what's going on? Dave, Anna, Steven, Justin. Justin, I got a box from you today. Not sure what's going on there, but I appreciate it. Dave was here early and wasn't even spotted. Oh, man. Hashtag early squad. So thank you so much, Dave, for always being here. Holly, what's going on? Good to see so many fantastic people in the house. This is awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining our show. Vince, Josh, how you guys doing?
Good. I mean, I just got done with auction, so I literally switched over in 6 minutes for PFO from auction mode to PFO mode. So
nice.
I'm trying to wrap that up. Giving away some chases, some fire chases. Fire. So happy PFO Thursday, Jetman says. That's right. 10 months. 10-month member.
Yeah, Jetman has been a member for 10 months. So shout out to you. Yeah, if you guys are a channel member, feel free to use your free super chat. It is a new month with the month of August. Well, I guess not really super new. We're 10 days in, but I think it's the first time we've done it on our channel in a while. Steven, Down Under Collecting, has been a member for 16 months. Maybe I will be noticed now. You're always noticed. Thank you so much. And Steven, kudos to you and all of our other international viewers. I know it's wacky time and everything, but thank you guys so much for tuning in wherever you are, especially if you're not in the United States. Dr. John has been a member for 11 months, so he is knocking on the door of that 12-month, 1-year milestone. So shout out to Dr. John for supporting us for almost a full calendar year. That's amazing. Aaron is here. Brandon, Mark. Just got one of Josh's chases tonight. That's always the best.
Yeah.
It's always good to get a chase. It's even better when you take it from Professor Josh. Tammy is here. Iron Mule's in the house. He has already surpassed that 12-month barrier as he's been a channel member for 15 months, which is absolutely incredible. Mr. Venom, what's going on? Anna, if I didn't say hello to you, how are you doing? Evelyn is here. Sam is here. Tina has been a member for 3 months, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for your support, Tina. Red Team rules. I like that. Will I make it to Boston Fan Expo? Unfortunately not. We will not be at Boston. Just passed. Yeah, we were not there. So we won't be there this year because it already happened.
We won't be there next year.
We probably won't be there next year because we won't be in Boston anymore. So that's scary and exciting all at the same time. So
you can always go back though.
We could. We had a fantastic time last year. Oh, nope. Joanna says no. We're not going back.
Oh,
it's
off
the
the list.
as Isabel's birthday.
Can she change it?
Maybe, you know what? It'll probably be easier if we contact the con and ask them to change it.
I don't know. Her birthday might be on a leap year. I think it might be different, exactly. Let's see. Thanks for being in the U.S. It makes it easier time. Yeah, absolutely. I agree on that. Hi, Shy Guy. What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We already have plans for August of next year. We are going to Toronto Expo.
I don't think we can make it to Niagara.
Yeah, we're not going to make it to Niagara, but we do want to do our yearly Canadian trip. So, yeah. Vince, are you muted?
Vince is.
Yeah, he's muted. Look at that. Pipsqueak Collectibles. They have been a member for 16 months. which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Michelle,
sorry, I'm still learning this whole computer thing.
that's
I'll
okay.
figure it out one day.
I thought you
So
might
am
be like
I.
cussing out the crowd. Yeah, you had to mute. Like,
No,
yeah,
you know what? I
yelling
was
at kids.
asking Bree about a couple pops if we should get them, and then
That's
I
more
forgot
important.
to unmute. It's kind of
Okay.
important.
Yes.
When you're trying to talk,
Completely.
it's kind of important.
Totally happens. Yeah, Joanna shut that down real fast. That's why she's the CFO. That's why she's in charge. But it's been an interesting week here in the Funko world. I've seen some negativity. I've seen some people kind of down, but I don't actually think we have a whole lot of reason.
What's there to be negative about
No.
right now? Honestly, this was one of my funnest weeks. You know, this week, straight up, like since I've had Instagram, this is the most messages that I've ever received in a full week. Easily, because like I don't get that many messages. You guys know I'm not very popular, and I don't really nobody communicates with me too much. But man, so many people reached out this week with Freddy's and that kind of thing. And like, did we want to work out trades? I mean, everybody now loves our trades. So I mean, I had a fun week talking with everybody and kind of chatting about everything that's been going on.
Well,
What's
I
there to be
just saw.
negative
I
about?
guess.
So
I guess
Funko's
I'm
doing
referring
horrible. What do
to.
we care? We're having
I wanted
fun.
to. Well, I guess I first wanted to address and give a little bit of our perspective on, like, the numbers. And I know Funko isn't doing so hot financially, and that usually gives people a reason to worry. But I kind of wanted to voice maybe some of our experiences, because we've all been in the Funko game a little while, but we've seen this before. And this happens, with companies before. Sometimes they have really good quarters. Sometimes they have really bad quarters. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, Brandon. I noticed that in my feed a lot this week. Some people like to make a lot of videos on how Funko is dying. So I wanted to reassure everybody, because we did have a few people message us saying, is my stuff going to be worthless? Should I sell everything? People are missing the point when they're saying like, oh, Funko's dead, everybody's not doing it anymore, because at the end of the day, we're all collectors and we're going after this stuff because it means something to us. And I can tell you firsthand, at the toy show I was at this weekend, it was crazy. People were making, speaking of Freddy's, Vince, people were making deals left and right. I caught on video, really awesome guy walking up to a booth and handing the booth several $100 bills cash for that Freddy Anakin. And I was like, wow, that was super cool to see in person. So, but don't get caught up. If anybody is caught up in that whole like bad hype stream right now, like, don't get caught up. Funko's got to readjust. I will say, in all the years that I've been collecting and following Funko as a company, I think this is the most positive and comfortable I felt after like Funko posting a loss or the company not doing so hot, because they're actually making some changes right away. Like,
the changes those sound good.
Yeah,
Like,
they sound great. Like,
it's what we've been talking about. They needed for a long time.
Right. Exactly. Like them
talking about
downsizing their catalog and the products they're making to refine and listen to the fans. I mean, that's what we've been saying for years.
Did you see some of the stuff that they vaulted? Like I
did
seen,
not.
like, so they vaulted a bunch of stuff. I'd
Yeah.
seen something. It might have been disc trackers. I can't remember who posted it now, but I saw it for a little bit in between my 2 naps that I took after work. So I might be a little bit hazy on this, but I know that there was a couple like Hot Topic pops that were in there from like within the last year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They this is the first time
do that.
Them post something that says check out the vaulted stuff or something like that. Like, I got a notification from the app. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I saw posted.
So there's I think a bunch being vaulted, which is needed. I think there's they need like we've talked about before, really scale down their production line, and also scale down when they make things like these Funko Shop things. If they're not selling out, that's telling you something. Like, scale it down a little bit, let them sell out. Then people will be hyped and buy stuff they don't even want because they're afraid it's going to sell out and be worth more. Like, the hype will be there again. But I think also they're learning, like, I mean, hopefully they're learning about things like Gold Series and pins and stuff like that. They've overproduced too many. and maybe they'll narrow those down because there's still probably a market, but it's not as big of a market as the other product lines. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of this stuff that they said, I'm excited about, like smaller runs, maybe not do like 42 common pops for one movie, you know, maybe do a couple, like when they were doing a little bit better. You know, they're producing too much. It's too hard to keep up with. Like, I think that they've seen that the writing's on the wall. Really, they're doing all the stuff that we've been talking about for the last couple of years now. So I don't look at that as a negative. Now, is losing whatever $73 million in a quarter, is that negative? Yeah, that's not very good. But I mean, at the same time, as a business, that has nothing really to do as a collectible. Yes, if they go out of business, you know, they're not putting stuff out. But I've already contended that, you know, there's still a market. They don't have to be in business for there still to be a market or some kind of collectibility to it. I mean, people still collect Beanie Babies, and I think they might even be around still. But you know, and I don't think that they're going out. I think that they're going to be around here, and I think they're making changes for the better. So I'm taking it as a positive. Even I'm looking at the positives through the negatives.
It's hard when you know they cut. What did they cut? Like 15 to 20% of the employees too.
Yeah, I mean, hearing about
really didn't get a glimpse of like who, like what employees were cut. Were the factory were the people that work in the warehouse cut, or was artists cut, or were just a variety of people cut? Certain departments, like I know they took on some new departments and things like that and bought new things in the last several years. So did they cut people from those where it was duplicates? Like, why have 5 different marketing people for 5 different areas? Like have one marketing team for Funko, not a Loungefly marketing team, Funko games marketing team, like, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a great point. They didn't specify. Like, I saw a lot of people up in arms about, 180 to 225 people lost their job. And that is sad. And I do feel bad for people.
That sucks.
Their job. Like, that's terrible. But I think, you know, companies lay off people every single day. If the company's not performing.
How many people were laid off recently at Disney?
Yeah.
And 3 layoffs.
But on the flip side, companies hire people almost every single day too. So, but if the company's having problems, which I love Funko to death, but they've had issues. And I think the biggest issue that a lot of people have voiced recently is their quality control. And not just that, like their shipping and packing standards. If those people that got let go were the people packing boxes, I would have to agree with that. They were not doing a good job packing those boxes. When people are getting their San Diego Comic-Con stuff in the mail and it's coming in damaged, and to make matters worse, some of the pops that people were posting, it was in that makeshift half sheet of bubble wrap, and it's still coming in damaged. That means it was damaged and then packed, not even damaged during shipping.
This more than any other con, man. More damage. Yeah.
Oh, because the last couple cons, we got them in those sorter boxes, the new style sorter boxes, the kind that could hold like 3 pops, and they came around. And actually, I think those did a decent job. They weren't the best as individual sorters, but they still did a better job than bubble wrap, which is thick bubble wrap too. And that's the worst kind of bubble wrap for a pop. That thick, crazy bubble wrap.
So I want to give a shout out to Cayenne Pepper, who just became the newest channel member of Slapshotpops. So thank you so much. Welcome in. And during our next live stream, we'll get you up on our Hall of Fame as a thank you for joining the channel. Let me see. I know what's going on. Mason's in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, Mason?
Oh, very nice. DJ Mr. Todd's wife. Anna says, yeah, but you need to understand they laid off the people who wanted to do their actual best to improve the pops and make them better, but you aren't wrong about laying people off. But we don't know who they laid off. Like, they're not going to.
They definitely could have. Yeah, they definitely could have. You know, unfortunately, with like layoffs, yes, they definitely could have laid off people that really cared about their job. I'm sure that they did. But unfortunately, as a business, you're trying to run a business. You know, they're going to have to lay off people.
It's hard, especially when you lose money. Yeah, when you lose that much money.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to figure out how you're going to make that up if you don't make it up in product sales. Because if they're also cutting back what they sell, that means they're also cutting back of how much they sell sometimes as well, too.
Right.
So it could. It's all around.
But I think it's those offshoot Funko products that are hurting the company. Like because we don't really talk about them very much, but they're getting put out like Funko games and Funko puzzles, even though like we love puzzles, but we're not buying like every Funko puzzle. I think we have one, so it's like these little offshoot lines, it seemed like Popsies came out of nowhere. Right. And everybody was talking about Popsies, but like how many Popsies is someone going to buy, like, and we all know the story with Funko Gold. There's pop pins. When we were up in Canada, we saw bins and bins of these pop pins that were still full price, so we didn't really understand that. And now they have these new lines with the rewinds. So there's all this stuff popping up, but the root of the problem is something that you already touched on, Vince, and now Randy is making a great point. He said, look at lines like Marvel's What If show. There were entirely too many pops in that line. I think it was close to 30. It might have even been more. And a lot of those were very lazy variants. Like, do we need a zombie Captain America, a glow zombie Captain America, a 10-inch zombie Captain America? Like, no, we don't. Like, just make it one. And that's a very good point. As a collector, it is hard to keep up. So if they can keep the lines a little bit more manageable, it'll encourage completionists to actually be able to complete the line.
Yeah, I mean, really, they got to get back to where they were before the pandemic. They exploded through the pandemic because every collectible kind of exploded through the pandemic. They got to those all-time highs. They were probably ordering more product than they ever did before. And really, the demand, like as we came back off of that, it's just not there. And maybe they're realizing that. Maybe they're realizing, okay, we thought we could get to here because all this stuff was working, then, but maybe that demand is not actually there. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't mean that anything's dying. I mean, it could, whatever. I mean, it could, it couldn't, I think they got to make the,
but that's any company. You don't know the future of any company. Like, and I do want to address this really quick. So, apparently some other channel helped somebody get a job at Figpin, but I mean, is Figpin paying the bills? I mean, that's great if somebody else helped them get a new job, but I don't hear people talking about Figpins. I don't see people posting their in search of lists going, oh, I need that Figpin. Every time we go into GameStop, the Figpins are on clearance. So I don't think Figpins are paying the bills either. So, I mean, that's great, but Figpin's not the answer.
I think it's also a different group of collectors too. And just like any group of collectors, like you're not going to see, like for our community, we're going to see a lot of people talk about Funko. Now, every once in a while, we'll see someone talk about designer toys they like, and they might have seen on our channel or, seen other places. They might also talk about like Legos because they know we like Legos and we look at Lego stuff too. But I don't see Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are still a great collectible market.
Yeah,
huge market. I don't see anyone posting in search of Hot Wheels either. So there's a lot of markets that are different niches, and I think that's what Funko has, that market though, where it reaches so many different people because of all the IPs that they own, and that's where the bread and butter is for them. It's just making sure they don't overdo it with certain IPs. And then also how to scale it so collectors can purchase the stuff. Because like you said, if they come out with 12 different Funkos for one line in one time of drop, well, people are going to have to pick and choose. They might not be able to get all 12. They could get 2 of those 12. But if they came out with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 every 6 months for that same line, then people might be like, oh, I want the next 2 of them. Or the next 3 of them and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, so there was a couple good comments that I wanted to address really quick, and Brandon's is one of them. So Scarred God said, when you lose money, you should gauge your audience. What do they want? What they don't want? And that's a great comment, great statement right there. And you can see what people want based on what is not on the shelves. So the stuff that's sitting on the Funko shop is obviously stuff that's not high in demand. That's why it's not selling out. When you're going to these stores and you're seeing pop pins and fig pins on the shelves and all those unwanted Eternals pops and Miss Marvel pops, people don't want those. Another great comment that I wanted to highlight really quick was from Brandon. And Brandon is speaking my language right here. I would love to see them make some different Star Wars characters instead of Luke and Vader over and over. And this is where they have a gold mine. And I can speak to Star Wars because that is that's my bread and butter. That's what I love and I have a very deep passion for. There are so many characters in the Star Wars universe they have not made at all. And Funko could make so much money off of. There's so many clone troopers, regular troopers, other characters and shows that have popped up that we just never got anything of. And like Funko has a gold mine with being tied to pop culture. I don't know why they keep making the same characters over and over. I guess it's just they don't want to shell out the money for a new mold or make anything, but they have so much potential.
I think they're still selling them. That's the thing. Like those characters are iconic, and they might not be the collector that keeps buying stuff, but the new collector that sees it out there might be like, oh, that's a cool Darth Vader, I'm gonna buy it and find it on the shelves. Just like, I mean, a great example was, you know, Kenner and everything they did terrible with when the new Star Wars came out, the first 3 episodes, you know, but then they came back and did all the classic characters again in different collector kind of boxes and molds and stuff like that, and people went after those characters over and over, and they still make them. Like, how often do you see that? I think the problem is the great to do the new characters like slowly too, like drop them in here and there, like at cons and different things, make them exclusive, make them like special, because if they just drop a bunch, I mean, you know, I love the movie Rogue One. It's a great movie. What pop is worth much in that whole line of great characters?
But I will tell you that I'm more excited to have some of those Rogue One pops. It's not necessarily always about something being worth value on the aftermarket. I would rather have a lot of those characters in my collection. I gladly pick up a Jyn Erso or one of those Death Troopers from Rogue One than another Vader, because I'm kind of tired of Vader. I'm tired of Luke, and that's where I think you have to make the denomination between. I think Josh, you're talking about like the casual collector or the casual consumer of Funko. They need to connect with their fans. How do they get my money? How do they get your money? How do they continue to get everybody else's money in the chat? You got to produce different stuff. You got to make it unique. You got to grab the hype, you know? And so Randy has a good point too here. He said people had extra money during the pandemic. Most people didn't have to pay their bills, and there was no repercussions of not doing so. Plus, the government was giving everybody free money. I've heard this kind of said over and over, and I do partially agree with you, Randy. The government was handing out some stimulus checks, but those stimulus checks were so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Like, even if you spent your entire $1,000 on Funko Pops, that may or may not have gone very far in the long term. However,
I think people did have extra money.
People did have extra money, but it didn't come from, exactly. It didn't come from the stimulus checks per se. It came from the not eating out, the not traveling, which 100%. People are doing now. So Funko is experiencing what a lot of companies are experiencing, and they have to figure out, how do we still thrive and fit ourselves into people's regular lives by still allowing them, they're going to do what they're going to do. People are going to travel, they're going to eat out, but how do you still engage people and wanting to say, no, I need that pop. I need that soda.
Because I mean, without, especially, you know, people are back to traveling. That's what we talked about summer. People weren't buying as much during the summer because everyone was back, you know, fully traveling as well. Like, just think about how much it costs for a family of 3 or 4 to go to somewhere like Disney World.
Oh yeah,
and not just the travel, the hotel, the park ticket, then food, and then
it's probably like 4,000 or 5,000. I mean, I don't know how I know, but
that's a lot of mystery boxes you could buy with 4 or 5,000.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of great pops you could buy, or you could buy maybe one of the glow Anakins if you wanted to too. But you know, you got like
I'd rather go to Disney World.
That's what people make choices of. Disney or glow Anakin. Disney for your family.
I want that glow Anakin, man. I'd rather go to Disney and have an experience. Gustavo says, my SDCC pops came in damaged. He contacted Funko. They replied with, I'm sorry. Pop boxes, do you get damaged while get in production? And we cannot send you a new one. This is a huge issue. And this surprises me from Funko. Like, they need to fix this. People spend their hard-earned money. We just broke it down. Your money is even more valuable these days if you're allocating it to a collectible, a non-necessity, something that you don't need to survive, and then you get it in the mail and then it's damaged. Like, that's so devastating. So
you know,
they
that being said, too, I've also had them replace stuff before. I mean, look at those two.
oh god.
Wait
Now,
till you guys see one of our upcoming videos. We received
I already
one of
showed
our
these to everyone,
boxes damaged.
but I did get a reply back from Funko. So Scooby, they said they're going to send me a box. They'll send me a replacement box. I won't know when it's coming. It'll probably come 5 months from now. I'll probably just go buy another Scooby, truthfully, because also inside the plastic is damaged. So the plastic sorter is already damaged on that one. And they have them available now. Tony, some reason for Tony, they don't have boxes for Tony. They said and they're going to send me a new pop. So they did say,
Yeah, see,
but they're like, they put in the email several times, like, oh, this is a courtesy, a one-time courtesy, because we feel like it doesn't matter. Like,
guys, you got to all
damaged. I'm buying it from you, not damaged.
Yeah, but you got to think about this. We're kind of rational and reasonable human beings. Not everybody's that way. I could see somebody getting like the tiniest little nick on it. You know what I mean? Like, we still got to be in the realm of, because I've had that happen, like where we'll get something with like a little ding in the corner. Like, that's not acceptable.
No.
But if there's like a little tiny ding in a box, like at what point do they have to draw the line? I think it puts them in a tough spot.
Like a corner was damaged.
Like folded. I've seen people complain that it's folded wrong.
Yeah.
Because they want to get like it graded and all this. Like, we got to be within reason, and unfortunately, society is in a whole is not super reasonable. Now, you receive stuff like that or giant crushes and things like that. Like, I think, all day long they should just be replacing those. And
they do also have to be careful, because what if they do everything by a case basis? They determine that Josh's pop is going to get replaced because it's that damaged. But let's say, Vince, you get a pop with a tiny little tear, and the person realizes that they have to crush it with their fist and then send them a picture.
Well, you don't think that happens?
Too. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that does happen, because
that's what I'm saying. As a business, like, they still have to try. That is one thing that is hard.
They're tracking accounts, I'm sure. Like, if I did this every time boxes came in, they'd be like, sorry, dude, you ordered you've done this every time a box comes in. We're not like, just don't buy from us anymore.
Hot Topic ended up putting that policy in. That's why they stopped. They used to let you get 5 and 6 pops when you ordered them online. People were doing the chase roulette and returning 4 or 5 at the stores.
Yeah.
So they, you have to put these implementations in place, because they got to run a business. So I understand, but at the same time, there's things. We got one of our NFT pops in very badly damaged.
I think Funko could protect themselves very easily. Just put everything in a pop protector, because then if it comes damaged, they can be like,
or even just a sorter. A sorter saves it.
But there's no reason at this point in the game. Like, why can't they put it in a cheap pop protector? Like, they could mass produce. They already do mass produce a basic pop protector, and just.
Why do so many come in sorters from all these other companies though? Like, different companies have sorters. Like Hot Topic almost always now is a sorter. Amazon is almost a sorter. Even the cheaper GameStop ones come to the store in sorters. That's how they get shipped to the store. Like, they don't come in the full 6-pack case or anything like that.
Right.
Like, sodas are coming in sorters from these other companies and things. So it doesn't make sense. I don't know if that means they pay more, but Funko should be making more off of these products anyways when they sell them themselves, instead of selling them to a retailer and selling them again. So throw it in a sorter and save yourself. It's like, save your customer service team.
And that's what I'm saying. It'll save them, money in the long run. So Linda said the best marketing person is the person that collects, pays attention to the masses and what they want, not a bunch of shirts sitting around a table without a clue. It's all marketing savvy. I think there needs to be a good mix of both. I mean, I agree with that 100%, Linda. I think, but they're a business at the end of the day. They are a business with stockholders that they have to, appease and everything. So I think they have to have that mix of like, all right, what's going to make us money and what do the people want? And then come to that,
I think it would be cool if they do like some of these toy companies that are doing, they have a collector side with some special stuff that you can join and be a part of and get something. And then they have just their regular retail side. Like Hot Wheels is one of those. You can get some really cool sets off of some of So the Hot Wheels, there's like I forget what it's called, but the Hot Wheels site, there's one for collectors. You go on there, special limited drops, all kinds of different things that happen through there, and things that appeal to collectors. And then they got Hot Wheels where a kid's going to go in there and buy a 99-cent Hot Wheel, at the store, and he's just going to buy a Hot Wheel because he likes cars. A little kid is buying cars, just like a little kid might buy a Funko Pop because he likes Groot, and he thinks the Groot Funko Pop is cool. Like, he doesn't care the value of it. He wants to take it out of the box. He wants to play with it. He wants to have it. I think, all the kind of, like, I think they could create that sense. I think they try to do that with the Funko Shop a little bit, but I think Funko Shop also is kind of that retail arm as well, too. So it's not really that exclusive. Maybe that's what this whole Funko point system and other stuff will become, too. Maybe it'll have some exclusivity to it, some extra things with it.
Yeah. Well, Tammy hit the nail right on the head here. Funko customer service has been going down for about the last year. And this is precisely why I'm okay and happy to hear about the changes. I think they do need new leadership. They need new people on the front lines, and they need to downsize. So that's why I think all this is good news. And I fully expect that if Funko goes down this road, and if they actually follow the things that they just said, that they will have a successful third and fourth
they can right
quarter,
the ship.
Yeah, they can right. And they have righted the ship in the past. Like, this is a company, it's a collectible company. At the end of the day, it's a toy company. Whatever company you want to classify it as, they're making figures for us to collect and enjoy. They're going to have up quarters, they're going to have down quarters. Kind of mirrors the economy a little bit, like we talked about. The economy also isn't doing as bad as some other people have suggested. Like, people are just spending their money in other places. The economy is actually growing by a little bit. It's not growing by a lot, but it's growing by a little bit if you want to go by GDP and everything. But overall, Funko's just got to find its new footing in 2023. Every company has to adapt. Sparky says, my first rewind was a Chase, the superhero Freddy Funko. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I'm dangerously tempted to buy that. I don't want to get into another line, especially if that line is going to be axed pretty soon, which I've heard some whisperings of. What's going on? I see a bunch of people jumping in. Sir Bass, Jeremy, good to see you in the chat tonight. Let me see. Chris says, have more faith in the Rocks line. Chris, I think simply because of you and you alone, they are going to be.
Chris will single-handedly keep that going.
In the last 2 years, though, I've seen a huge spike in the Rocks line, like bringing back and new ones and things like that. I think in the last 2 years, we've seen the most growth in the Rock line than we've seen in a long time. Well, especially with all these albums and everything else they've been doing as well.
So Bivings Family Farm says, the mail is the threat to the heart pops. You should have seen mine today. The box was fully open. The mail has always been a threat. And the mail, I would say, is the biggest contributing factor to why 100%. Some pops are worth so much in money, because, it's just some get lost, some get damaged. Some people open the boxes and see what's going on inside, which is not legal. They should not be doing that, but that's terrible to hear. So, Jonathan, I'm right there with you. Risk it all to go to Galaxy's Edge. I've never been, so I would love to go.
It's pretty awesome.
Aussie Pop and Paul had an amazing time at STCC and Fun Days and Everett HQ and Funko Hollywood. Unfortunately, they didn't get COVID.
Was it worth it? Maybe. Was it worth it?
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I think any big event, everyone has a chance of getting sick anymore. Travel and everything. Like any sickness. Like, it's just everything.
Yeah.
Like, being around thousands of people with germs, anything. Dorbs. No.
Yeah, Dorbs. Dorbs have kind of fallen by the wayside, but there's still some people that do collect them. But it's a very niche market, and that's the thing. Like, I think Funko needs to get rid of these lines that only a few people are collecting. Maybe not get rid of them entirely. Maybe put out like one or two here and there. But like, they need to focus on pops and sodas. That's what people collect. And that's just not our corner of the Funko community. Like, I pay attention to other channels. I pay attention to Facebook. I pay attention to the toy shows and the cons and the pop swaps and the meetups. People want pops and sodas. That's what they want.
And even sodas like are hit or miss at things like
True. True.
It's still a niche collector with sodas, but I would say I think they're becoming more available. That's the one thing that has helped them. Just different companies selling them. But I think one of the problems that Funko has is also going all in on something. A great example is that this Rewind set, right? Like if they kept it just the Freddy's and a couple others, like for a while, and like maybe slowly came out with some other thing, they might be better off. I mean, it reminds me of like, all right, fast food, right? Fast food, Taco Bell, for example, or whatever. They put out something, a special, and they put it out for 1 month. Like they don't make part of their lineup for the entire time. They'll just put it out for 1 month, see how it does, and then they'll be like, all right, well, it did well, but we'll bring it back maybe in a year, or maybe they'll bring it back full time on the menu later on when there are enough fans that say we want more of these, we want more of that.
Yeah, bring back the Mexi Melt. You know what I mean?
I know the Mexi Melt. The chili cheese burrito, the Cholito. Do you remember that? I missed that.
I wasn't, Cholito. No, that's not my cup of tea. That would I would spend days.
You guys
that was
in one
like my
spot in my house if I did that.
High school lunch food with the Cholito, chili cheese burrito.
So Mason says he wonders if they have contracts with other companies like Marvel and DC, and they're required to make new pops of every movie/series, regardless of if little people want them.
I'm sure. A little bit.
See, that's probably the case, but the issue is Marvel, like, this is where I'd be questioning. Does Marvel come out? Like, we have the Marvels coming up, right? Like, is that the next big?
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's the next big Marvel movie.
Yeah, big.
I don't know if
big.
we're
Next Marvel movie
thing coming out.
Next Marvel movie coming out, and I know there's some people who are excited about it, and you should be excited about it if you like those characters. However, does Marvel come out and say, okay, you need to make 4 or 5 different Miss Marvels, you need to make 5 different Captain Marvels, and you need to make 6 different Monica Rambeaus? Like, I think Funko, like, if they are allowing Marvel or DC or Warner Brothers or whoever is doing the contracts to have that much control, that's a problem.
You know what though? The way, I mean, I got a little bit of like licensing stuff.
Go for it.
So depending how it's set up, they might need to, it depends on the licensing. I don't think they have like a master license for Marvel, so they may have to license each movie, each show. They might have to do all that, so they may need to produce a certain amount to have it make sense to turn a profit. You know what I mean? And they don't want to not do. That was a bad sentence. Don't want to not do, but do they not want to do anything from the Marvels? You know what I mean? Even if there is a lack. So I think I am positive that their hands are tied on some of that stuff. Do they have to make 25 Wakanda Forever pops? I don't know if they do or not.
But that's fine.
It never seems like a good idea, but
that's fine though, because if they are contractually obligated to make 25 pops for the new Marvel movie, that's what I'm saying. Like, do they have to make lazy variants? Like, spend the money and make all the characters. Like, make cool pops. Like, and I'm sure Marvel doesn't say, like, if Funko was to come out and say, hey, we're gonna make 1,000-piece glitter Miss Marvel that you can only get on the Funko shop. Marvel doesn't care. You met the standard by making that character. Now maybe they say you have to make that character and it has to be 10,000 units. I don't know if it goes.
See, but they probably have to sell a certain amount, like the 1,000-piece.
Make it worth it. Yeah.
They're not. It's not going to be worth it. Like if they did a common and see, this is what I would say. So instead of making, let's say, 25,000 pieces of 20 different pops, make maybe 50,000 of 4 pops. You know what I mean? Because would I buy 4 pops from Wakanda Forever and just have those, and then maybe over the next year or two, slow play it and do what you just said, Jen. Throw a couple extra. They can see you. They can totally see you back there. Throw a couple like con exclusives in over the next couple of years that you can build onto that set. You don't have to get, because I think that's where a lot of like, okay, we have a lot of stuff here. Like you get overwhelmed. I find myself really having to pull back on certain things because you just can't keep up. You get overwhelmed to a point where you're like, I got to pull back because I just can't keep that many from one line. So
right.
Well, I mean, and a great example, like you said, the Wakanda Forever, the sodas, right? Those were the first unnumbered sodas, right?
Yes.
The first.
Yes.
They were some of the best looking Marvel sodas they made.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Like they obviously aren't controlling the quality. Like that's on Funko. Like if Marvel is saying you have to make this much, then make some good products. And they have the ability to do it. Like sell me. That's what I want to go. Like if I could walk into Funko and be like, hey, the Marvels is coming out. Sell me a product that I have to have for my collection that I can't say no. What do you got? And I bet you their design team probably doesn't have that great of stuff right now. And also, if we're gonna circle around this contract issue really quick, why do they? There's something weird though. Why do they only make a few pops for certain shows and movies, but then they make a lot of pops for a lot of shows?
It might be that amount that they have to get though too.
Yeah.
Like they have to meet. Like they're paying the licensing fee no matter if they make 20 different pops. They're paying the same licensing fee. Maybe it just depends on how the licenses work for each. But they could be just paying. You got to pay this. You got to pay $100,000 for this show.
Right.
You can make whatever you want as long as we approve it and are good for it. But they also might do it per type of. Some places do all different licensing options. There could be. You pay for that, and you can make only one thing from it. You can pay for it and make unlimited things from it. Who knows? That it could be all those different options they have.
Yeah, I think the licensing, it drives a lot of what we're talking about right now. Because I think, like even what you said, Jem, with the Star Wars stuff, I don't be surprised if the way that the licensing set up, they can't do all these cool characters that we want.
Well, that's
like they might be not letting that happen for multitude of reasons.
Somebody even said earlier with the Ahsoka show, they're like, "Oh, great, we're gonna get 20 pops for Ahsoka." I'm okay with getting 20 pops for Ahsoka, but I'm gonna be upset if like 17 of them are Ahsoka. You know, like give me Balin Shin, like give me all these new characters that are supposed to be coming out, going to be in the show. Like, don't give me just the same old characters that are very similar to ones we've gotten in the past. But this is another good point. I'm so happy that Debbie brought this up. So Debbie ended up buying some Funko stock. Cost less to buy a piece of the company than an actual Funko Pop. Thank you so much for bringing this up, and I'm so happy to hear that you did that. While everybody, or not everybody, some people are complaining about, oh, the company's down. This is a perfect time if you like buying stocks. It's always a good time to buy low because I think it's at like $6.20 a share or something.
$6.17 right now.
$6.17. Funko stock, and somebody in the chat who is a far better guru than me can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe at one point during the height of popularity, Funko stock did get up to $21 a share. I think that was.
Even just in June, it was $13 a share.
Yeah,
you could double your money.
Yeah,
potentially if it goes back up.
We're not financial advisors, by the way.
No,
advisors, not telling you. But yeah, September 5th, 2022, $23. You know, and it's gone up and down. It's been as low as I think 4 or something like that. I think that's what I've seen.
I mean, in general, right now,
but still,
it's down though.
$6 if you want to own a very small fraction of Funko and proudly say that you own a small fraction of Funko for $6. It's less than a pop. It's less than a soda. So I'm just really happy that Debbie brought that up because maybe there's some people who were contemplating that for a long time, but they didn't want to, spend a lot of money on it.
I like it because you can look at the 5-year of the stock, and this is a great example of, like we talked, the peak and valley of the company.
Right.
Actually, the lowest was in April 20. It went down to like that $4. April 20.
Oh, when Funko was dying?
20, yeah.
When it was almost dead, you mean?
Dead, and then it went back up.
What ended up happening? Did it do better?
And then it kind of leveled off and then went back up and then went down and now it's gone down. So you're going to probably see another peak about it. Like you said, it's the market, it's how things work. But also, I mean, change of leadership can be a big thing as well, too. So change of leadership can change the direction of the company and what's going on. And with it, it is a publicly traded company. So they have to do what's best for the stockholders and really go forward with that. So it'll be really interesting to see what's happening. You know, what happens a year from now. We could be talking about the same thing, but 6 months from now, it could be doing really well, and then it goes down and back up and down. And
I feel like, unfortunately, we're at a day and age where Funko is like a punching bag, man. Anytime there's any sort of bad news, I just feel like people will just take advantage of that, and they will try to kick Funko when it's down.
John, you know what though? That is everything, quite honestly. That is everything that goes on in this beautiful world. I mean, I see the same thing being said about Lego. Like, I've gotten into more Lego like stuff.
Be careful.
People complain about Lego all the time.
That's true.
I love Lego. Like, I enjoy it. Is there negative parts of that? I get people's points, and I get people's points on Funko. Like, you don't have to be all positive. I don't think that we're all positive. I think we're very honest, but it's not as doom and gloom, and it's not as sunshine and rainbows as everybody's gonna think. It's always gonna fall kind of in the middle. I think that for what they announce, if you're like, what I like direction wise, like if I'm a shareholder, which I do not own any of Funko stock currently, but do I like the direction they're going? 100%. For what they're saying they're going to do. Are they going to do it? We're going to find out. That's what they have to do now. If they start getting back, like I loved seeing the stuff that they announced that they were bolting. Like this stuff was new. A lot of this stuff was newer stuff released in the last year. I don't like having a pop for 5, 6, 7 years and then you see it restocked 7 years later. Like there should be some kind of moratorium where, hey, after a certain amount or whatever it's going to be. So I don't know. I like the direction that they announced. Let's see if it continues that way, or if they actually follow through.
No, and I think it's good. Like I feel like, and that's kind of been the beauty of Pop Force 1, right? Like we can come on every Thursday live, talk about what's going on, right? And yeah, sometimes it's not all positive, but there's some people that, you know, and this is to Sam's comment. He says, thank you guys for not doubling down on all the clickbait negativity that's going on in the community. I love collecting Funko. And that right there is the most important thing, right? You love collecting Funko, and maybe sometimes there's a need for some things to be said. Does there need to be a clickbait negative video coming out every day? Absolutely not. So, and that's why we run our channels the way we run our channels. But at the end of the day, we love this company. And then that's the thing. Aussie Pop and Paul says, my wish is that for Funko to be purchased by an individual who wants to reinvigorate Funko and not be concerned about shareholders.
That unfortunately, that ship probably sailed.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I love that idea.
I mean, I've seen companies though get bought out. I mean, their shares aren't as high. I think an investment firm could go make it private if they wanted to, if they felt it was worthy of doing that. I've seen plenty of companies go through that kind of thing where an investment firm decides to buy out the shares to buy it. Or, you know, Elon Musk might tweet about it. He might buy it too. You never know.
Yeah. The problem is to take it private, you're really having to kind of bring it smaller. And for the collectors, I think that's good. But to bring it smaller, like if I was going to buy a company and say, you know what, guys, let's make less money. I feel like we're making... Let's make some less money here. I don't think anybody's going to look at that as a great investment piece. I think that we're kind of stuck on where that's at. And just, I like the announcement that they made. I'm hoping that they follow through with it because it's all the stuff that we've been talking about. There's always going to be that middle ground. Back during the height of everything, when everything was selling out on the Funko Shop, guys, all I heard about was people complaining that they couldn't get the stuff.
They couldn't get it. Yeah, they couldn't get it.
We can't get it. Funko's trash. It's this and that because I can't get what I want and their website sucks. Like, that's all you heard. Now I can get everything that I want, and guess what? Nobody's happy. So, unfortunately, we got to fall somewhere in the middle. It's always, you're never going to find all these, it's not just going to be positive. And there should be stuff that you're not happy with. It shouldn't be all just the struggle is part of all of this. I know we've said it before,
but it's what keeps you engaged. Like if everything was so easy to get and if everything was perfect with the company, then other people wouldn't be in the game because they'd be like, well, it's too easy to get everything.
Then honestly, I'm less engaged now with the Funko shop because everything is too easy to get. Is that weird? I think
No,
that
it's
that's
not. And it's a perfect segue into Pipsqueak's comment here. I agree with that on the rewinds. I thought we might keep up with those, but I've lost interest once they released all of them. I feel like we stay 3-liter complete because it's steady for now. And to Funko's credit, with the 3-liters, they've actually kind of released them very sporadically compared to all their other products and in a very manageable way to collect them. They're still a little pricey, but in a very manageable way to collect them. Yeah, I felt the same way, Pipsqueak. As soon as I saw the first Freddy and the Fun on the Run box, I was like, this is cool. I get behind this. Okay, we're getting another one and another one. Oh, there's 30. Ew, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
yeah.
What's going on, Pigeon? Good to see you in the house. I apologize, guys. I know we're like 10 minutes behind on the chat. So if you said something, I will get to it. Just trying to highlight everybody's great comments. I appreciate all the engagement. This is awesome. So maybe making less will allow more time to make them better. That's a great theory, Brian.
Sure.
Were you going to say something, Josh?
Well, I was going to say, it hasn't even been 10 years since they went public as well, too. It was 2017. So it hasn't even been 10 years since they went public. And they're a 25-year-old company. So most of the time they were private. So
yeah.
I wonder how they would have done if they never went public. Like, what would they have kept survived or not, too? Because it brought a lot of funding, but also paid out a lot of people. I mean, a lot of it was private equity that was paid out as well, too, to people. So I wonder who got paid out, the private equity.
So Stephen brings up another good point that we should address really quick. So the NFT collectors are the ones getting kicked in the guts because now Funko is just dropping the molds from NFTs and releasing them as pops to buy. That is an issue, and
that is 100% an issue. That was I think it was the what was the other one? The Game of Thrones
House of
one.
Dragon it killed.
Dragon. I mean,
the Dragon, it killed the price on some of those that were way high, and then at Fun Days, that's when they showed the new ones that were pretty similar. I mean, that's straight up them again. I feel like they really started getting out of touch. Like, hey, we could put anything out there, and they'll buy whatever we put out there. And quite honestly, a lot of we have kind of done that. I think they're starting to realize they can't just throw everything out there anymore. I think as a consumer, we're going to expect more. They keep doing that with the NFTs. Like, we've already got several examples. They keep going down that road. It will kill that. That will hurt them, and it rightfully so. That's just not. It's not acceptable.
And it's a shame too, because I mean, how many companies left are doing NFTs successfully? They've got to be one of like 5, 10. I don't know how many, but I can't imagine there's that many.
No, and I mean, they're going to they've shot themselves in the foot with some other stuff. This is one more thing. It is kind of disappointing. It's very disappointing. It's definitely not something that should be happening.
And I felt like the House of Dragon ones, when I saw them, I really didn't go after that line because I felt like they were pretty common characters in that show. So
I thought the Power Rangers were already kind of myself, but I'm not huge on either one.
Yeah, either one I didn't really go after. The only one I think I went after with the House of Dragons was I ended up getting the dragon, the royalty dragon. Like, that's the only one I wanted because dragons are always do well. Like,
dragons are great.
Dragons do well. But
so Debbie says, I also don't think the company will go under. I feel another company will buy them. Just not sure which one yet. I am looking forward to the reconstruction first, though.
I think with being public, though, I think they're just going to stay. I mean, they can't unless someone acquires them, another toy company or something.
Right. Well,
could always happen. I mean, they are the small fry, or who knows? Somewhere like how big is eBay? Like, could eBay buy them out? They already bought stock in them.
Yeah.
Partners with eBay bought stock in them.
They 100% could. Would they? I don't know. I mean,
I think if they would, I mean, somebody could obviously, and Funko is actually like a very attractive company to buy just because of how many licenses they have.
Yeah, 100%.
But if somebody was to come in, I don't think we'd see a lot of change, at least from the cover. I mean, they more than likely keep the name. Like a great example of a company that I did study for a little while was Rubbermaid. I didn't know that Rubbermaid changed names like as many, or changed hands as many times as it did. It was, you know, Rubbermaid is like the bins, the plastic storage bins and stuff. But you would never know because they didn't change the name. They didn't change their logistics network. They didn't change their shipping. They didn't change anything. It just simply was like an ownership on paper change. So that could be something that happens to Funko, and maybe somebody comes in with a little bit more money, and obviously they'd have more span of control, and they say, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Or they could just come in and say, we really like what you guys are doing to an extent, and we're going to let you continue to run things, Mike Becker, and then just go from there. It really doesn't affect us too much as, you know, the little collectors here yet.
And I'm curious because it was just last year. I had to look it up who was all in that group, that eBay group I was talking about. So Funko sells 25% stake to a group that includes eBay, a consortium group, but also included Bob Iger from Disney and Rich Paul, which is a sports agent. So it's interesting. 25% is a pretty big stake in Funko, though, and they own that still, to my knowledge. I don't think they got out of it. So it's interesting. You know, I think that's why we're seeing a lot of eBay exclusive stuff and them trying to work more with eBay on things and that kind of piece. But I still don't get the eBay thing because it still comes from their warehouse in Arizona and everything. It's like not really anything different.
I love all you guys, but you're going the Beanie Babies route. Ooh, I love that. That's always a fun comparison.
That's a good documentary though. Have you got anyone watch that on HBO?
No.
Or Max or whatever it's called now? Max, I guess. HBO Max. There's a great one on Beanie Babies, and it actually talks about really how terrible the guy was that ran it though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Oh, I believe that.
That guy was awful. Like that's what ruined it, I think, more than anything.
Beanie Babies are always, listen.
I love the comparison. I love it. Let's do
Beanie
it.
Babies and Funko, they're 100% different in the sense that they're not tied to licenses like Funko is. I seen somebody, and I know we're a little bit behind on chat, and we'll catch up to this comment, but somebody said something about the I forgot what the comment was, but I completely spaced on what the comment was. But long story short, I know what it was. Will the value of Pops go down if Funko was to go under? I honestly think it would stay fairly close to the same. If you look at things, people are buying this stuff. Most of it's nostalgia stuff. I mean, for the most part, you know, yes, are people buying a ton of the new stuff? But I mean, a lot of like our collections are stuff that's been around for years. Like most of our stuff now is not brand new stuff. Now, do we pick up new stuff that's cool? 100%. All day long, we'll pick stuff up that's new. But we have focused our attention on the older stuff that I can't get anymore. So will it go down? You know, I don't think it's necessarily tied to whether Funko's in business or not. And Beanie Babies are Beanie Babies. Like they're not. You'll never put a Beanie Baby on your shelf that looks like a Captain America. I don't care how many shields you put on this Beanie Baby. I'll never think that it's Captain America or Iron Man. So I don't equate the two at all. Value wise, it is what it is. I mean, but it's my.
But all collectibles, it's all about supply, demand, who's going. Like what is popular, what is not, what is trending, how many people have it, how easy is it to get, how hard is it to get, all those kind of things always factor into any collectible. There's plenty of stuff that we all own that's limited things that sell for less than what we bought them for, you know, or like from the original like store market price, and they're limited and everything. But then there's all of the stuff that we bought for hardly anything and worth 10 times its price within 6 months. You know, there's all kinds of.
I always thought like I was trying to. A couple months ago, I saw a similar comment that somebody made on our channel, and there's been a lot of those comments popping up recently. So there must be some other very negative videos in the community where people are coming over and like starting to attack us. By the way, Chase, these two lovely gentlemen that I'm with, right next to me is the Papa Duo. And then right beneath me is Professor Josh. Please feel free to go subscribe to their channels. I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Yeah,
But I've
nice to
seen the
meet you,
Beanie
Chase.
Baby comments, and I'm trying to I've like tried to like understand the comparison because they're so different, and I think that people are equating the two together because they're roughly the same size. I think people just figure like, oh, people had all these Beanie Babies in their house. Now they have all these Funko Pops. Yeah, the bubble's gonna burst and nobody's buying them, but it's completely different now. I don't know. I wasn't around or wasn't really in the Beanie Baby game, but the other biggest thing that Funko has, which is kind of similar to what Vince just said, is it's tied to pop culture. I don't ever remember like when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 came out, did they make a Dr. Octopus Beanie Baby that I
They did
didn't
not.
know?
They did not do that. They did have some.
Princess Di Beanie Baby though. That was
Yes, they had a couple that were tied to, but it's not like they were still Beanie Babies. They
But
weren't
there's no Beanie Baby comic books. Like there's no like
they
Beanie
never went
Baby.
after like the IP licensing.
Yeah,
No.
and that's the biggest thing, and that's the other thing too. When people, let's say people move on, and there's people that move on from Funko every single day. There's also
Every
people that
day.
get into Funko
Yep.
every single day. When they move on, it's not like, oh, I'm a hardcore Star Wars guy. I was collecting Star Wars Funko Pops. No, today I'm not collecting Star Wars Funko Pops anymore. Today I'm collecting Star Wars statues. The common thing is the IP. They're still a Star Wars collector. They're just collecting something different. And that's what happens with Funko. Like people come in, they enjoy the hobby for a while or for a long period of time, and then they decide to shift their focus to other things, and that's okay. And there's other people that are kind of in it for the long haul, like we are, because we really enjoy the hobby, the community. There's other aspects that we get out of it. So there's really no comparison to Beanie Babies, but I love it when people make that comparison.
Well, and it's also like you said, that Star Wars collector, right? Like they may never touch any line other than Star Wars of Funko Pops, but they bought Hasbro toys, they bought Black Figure, they Kenner, the Hasbro Kenner, all the old figures, new figures. They want to go after all different stuff, and Funko might be just one edition. They might not go after every one too. They might go after things they like. I think any collectors like that. Like people love Godzilla. There's so many people that love Godzilla and collect anything Godzilla. So if they come out with a Funko Pop, yes, they come out with a Godzilla beach ball, they might get that because it's Godzilla. They don't care. It's Godzilla. They want to collect all kinds of different things for Godzilla. So it's like I think you see a lot of those kind of collectors as well. I've seen plenty of those people too. Like they have like huge Harry Potter collections. It's not they collect only Harry Potter Funko Pops, but they have Harry Potter wands and Harry Potter other memorabilia and things like that. They have all displayed, and that's what they collect is Harry Potter. They don't collect Funko necessarily. They just collect because they make Harry Potter Funkos, so it looks cool and goes with their collection.
So this is another fun comment, and we've been getting attacked once again by another. I have a feeling I know who it is, but there's another channel that's been sending people over our way, preferably on Instagram, because I don't think they can comment on our channel, but we've been getting comments like this in the restricted section of our Instagram lately. So this person says, "Hi Slapshotpops. Oh look, it's another YouTube channel who gains a small following and joins Whatnot to sell to his fans." Well, interestingly enough, we were actually Josh. Credit to Josh. Josh was the second seller, I believe, on Whatnot ever.
Yeah, I think I was the first week of sellers, so I was like second or third, I think.
Yeah. So we were number 7. We were actually brought on by Whatnot, initially not to sell. We were initially consulted for real versus fake comparisons because they didn't have a database yet. But then we were asked to do an auction. So yeah, we sell. We had 500 subscribers when we started on Whatnot. Now we have 27,000 here on YouTube. So we've built a small business out of it. And because of Whatnot, we've been able to do a few things. We've been able to travel to several cons. We've been able to raise over $50,000 for charity, various charities. And on top of that, we've been able to give back more stuff than I can count to everybody here in the community. So because of Whatnot, we've been able to do a lot of things. If you have a problem with that, you don't have to buy from us or ever follow our account.
And I have to say, any content creator is selling something.
Yeah.
There's any way they're selling. They're either selling their content, they're selling something they get. They're getting. If you're really going to build your content, you're gonna have to sell something in some way. Now you could be dirty. We could be selling used cars through our channel that doesn't have anything to do with Funko. You know, like we could be like hawking whatever energy drinks that anyone pays us to sell this energy drink. We don't want to drink it, we don't like it, but we'll sell it. No, we sell stuff we like and collect too that just doesn't fit our collection or whatever like that. It's the same idea. I mean, some of the greatest YouTubers out there, what are they doing? Mr. Beast, he sells candy bars, right? Feastable bars. He sells.
He sells a lot of stuff.
He sells merch.
Yeah.
He sells Mr. Beast burgers, and things like that. So it's it's part of having a channel, I think. And anyone sells anything is they're. If you don't make anything off any money, it's hard to sustain a channel. Like I wouldn't be able to sustain a channel and open and do things without selling anything and getting out there.
Yeah, Josh, me and you mainly open mystery boxes. If we weren't selling the stuff that we're getting, you wouldn't. With the positive comments that we get, and we honestly we have fun interacting on. When unfortunately we have to sell and whatnot too. It's part of the thing. You know what I mean? It's part of the whole thing. And it's not to make money. It's really just to keep everything rolling. John might be in a little bit of a different position, but John, you don't have to apologize for that. Because guess what? Somebody just put it in the comment as well, or in the comment section. No, you can't force anybody to buy anything. I don't know if anybody else knows this out there. You can't force anybody to buy anything. If people would like to support you, if they enjoy your content and they would like to support, we've had these conversations off camera before.
We have.
It's
it's just funny because it seems like every 3-4 months it just comes up again, and then you see the whatnot hate videos. And then
I'd rather get this out in the open, quite honestly.
I would too. I'd rather,
because we have talked about this before, and it's 100%. If there are people that have patrons, and if you can do that every month, God bless you. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to all of us when you're able to do that. Other people are not able to do that. But every once in a while, they want to buy a pop from somebody, not because there's some magical person, just because they appreciate you're putting out content. And any other content creator that's out there that is putting out content every single week after week, not taking weeks off, not taking months off, and then putting something back out there again. They're taking their time every week. If somebody appreciates that and wants to buy a pop for PPG value or $4 over, or you know what, if they want to give you $50 over PP, God bless them. That is great. That's not anybody taking advantage. These people have to do whatever they are financially able to do. I've bought stuff from John before. I bought stuff from Josh before. I've gotten great deals. I've also paid a couple dollars over PPG, and I don't do it just because they're my friends. I am supporting the content they put out because I watch Josh and John's videos all the time, and I love them. I love you guys. So
we love you too.
See, I put that. Hey, you told me to get this out in the open. I'm putting it out in the open. I think that's where it comes down to. I think this kind of talk is just silly because nobody's forcing anybody to do anything. It's everybody should be allowed to just be themselves. Do what you want to do. If you want to give somebody, if you want to buy somebody stuff that they're selling, do it. If you don't, don't.
It's twofold, right? Because we get I feel like the same few messages over and over, but we get the hate for the whatnot, and I'm like, if you are so upset about us selling, I guarantee you, if you come over, you'll probably get a good deal on something. It's not like
I've got a good deal.
Yeah, it's not like every pop that goes on the table is like, hey, I'm starting this off at $50. I know this PPG 10. We pretty much start everything out like $5 and below. So you're getting a great deal. Plus, I love seeing that people say they trust us. I'm glad you trust us because we put a lot of pride into that section of our channel and our business, So sorry, Josh.
Oh, no, I wanted to say, hey, John, how many stars do you have on whatnot rating?
We have 5. We're very proud of that.
Hey, Vince, how many stars do you have on
whatnot? 5, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I have 5 too. That means I know Vince and I are about the same on sale somewhere around there, or reviews, since they started doing reviews where you could post and that.
Yeah.
I think we're about like 1.5 thousand reviews. That's a pretty good seller, I would say. John's probably at a lot more than us because he goes on a little more.
Well, I'll tell you
But
why I go on a little bit more. And the both of you guys know this, and maybe not everybody else in the chat knows this, but right now I'm full-time active duty military. That's my full job. It's a very demanding job. I work anywhere from 50 hours a week, and sometimes I have very crazy weeks where I'm working 70, 80 hours a week. And like Vince just said, pretty much any of my free time I'm putting into a video, or I'm putting into the next auction, or I'm putting into Patreon, or helping Joanna with whatever else needs to be done. Like, but I want to do this full time. I want to take this channel to the next level. And to be realistic, and like kind of what Josh was saying a little while ago, to take channels to the next level, it needs cash flow. You need money, because even though we generate, I would say, a pretty good amount from YouTube ads and channel memberships, it's not enough to take it to that next level as of right now. So, and the other thing that we want to do is start another YouTube channel, to have 2 channels go at once. And I want to put out content every day, you know, alternating between those 2 channels. You know, we'll figure it out from there, whether it's every day it's long form or long form and short form. We haven't gotten there yet, but to get to the next level, I want to go full time. And Whatnot has been a great contributing factor to allow us to do that. We've been able to, in conjunction with our YouTube money and Whatnot money, put some money aside because we want to buy our first house next year and make that dream happen. So I truly appreciate everybody that supported us. I truly appreciate everybody that's had a good experience and left us that positive review, like Josh has said. And yeah, there's a few people out there who are very toxic and negative towards Whatnot. And we tell everybody the same thing. If you really hate it that much, don't go on the app. But if you really want a true experience and see how it is, come over.
Guys, real talk one more time. We've also said this. We have talked about this as well. Whatnot is like I go on it way less, and it not for nothing. There's people that don't have YouTube channels or any presence or anything like that I buy stuff from. Is there other streams that I won't go into because I don't want to hear cuss words every 2 seconds. Like, we keep it super clean. We're very professional when we go on there. We have a good time we interact with people. We're not just sitting there throwing stuff up. We're trying to, you know, have a good time with everybody as well. And I think that most of the people that are coming in there, the 30 or 40 people it's not like we get thousands of people in there, and God bless that. And we don't really, at the end of the day, it's not for everybody. We understand that. And I don't even feel like nobody has to even say, hey, I can't get something from you because of this, that, or the other. It's not all that we ask, and we say this all the time. You guys show up here every week for us. You guys show up on the videos and watch the videos. That's all that anybody asks. I don't ask for one thing past that. If you're able to buy something, I have done this for people that I have enjoyed watching over the years. There's other YouTube channels that have nothing to do with Funko whatsoever. Have I bought a shirt in the past because I appreciate the effort that goes into it? Yes. Is that person taking advantage of me? If you want to say that, we could say that about anything that anybody puts out there. I think it's silly because it's really all at the end of the day, that thing. Not that we want to get carried away on this topic, but I mean, really, it's just the way that people talk about certain things.
But it could go. But Vince, you've made that point before. It could go with any app, and there's so many.
100%. I've got ripped off on eBay. I've got ripped off on Macari before.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not as flashy for like scammed on Macari anymore. You can do the clickbait for the views. Like, oh, what?
Everybody already. That's exactly. Unfortunately, that's exactly what it is. And guess what? There's new ones popping up right now.
Oh,
there is.
There's several that you can go on.
Gotten hit up by someone trying.
We have 2 interviews next week that we are sitting down with companies to hear what they have to propose. And
I'll be doing hate videos on those in the next couple of weeks, John.
Exactly. And we're not at a stage right now to update anybody because there's really nothing to update anybody with. But if Joanna and I are made an offer that we think will take the channel in a good direction and could be good for the channel, then we will make that announcement. But yes, there is at least 6 or 7 upcoming live streaming or some sort of selling platforms that have reached out to us, some of which we've already said no. But they like our environment. And I'm sure, same goes for Josh and Vince here. We create positive, family-friendly content in a live streaming selling platform. And there's other companies that are actively searching for creators like us who have a positive following, who are family friendly, who don't need to curse to get somebody to buy something, or they recognize that there are certain people like us, and we've stated it in these interviews that we've done before. I will not push anything on our audience that I wouldn't do myself. So I have gone into several other Whatnot streams and I have bought something. I've gone into other Whatnot streams that aren't Funko and supported other channels that I like. It's I do it, so that's why I think it's a good platform, and I'll always stand by Whatnot, because Whatnot was good to us when we only had 500 subscribers. Now we have 27,000, and they're still good to us.
So,
I can tell you for a fact that there are certain people who were not nice to us at 500 subscribers who are now very nice to us because we have all these other subscribers. It's just funny how the numbers work.
It goes for a lot of companies that we've been worked with over the years for a long time too. Like there's a lot of companies I'll say, yeah, that's the company to go with any day of the week. Like I've talked to the owners, I know the people personally. I mean, just like anything else. So I always like to say my story of how I got Whatnot, like interested in Whatnot. So Whatnot a long time ago just started as an authentication app for buying Funko Pops, and I thought that was cool, and we all thought it was cool. I remember all of us talking about it, and I bought stuff from them on it, but I had bad experience with a couple times on the app, just clunkiness, like trying to check out and do stuff. And I reached out on Twitter at the time, before it's X, now, but I reached out on Twitter. I was like, hey guys, this is my problem. Guess who got back to me? Either Grant or Logan, I can't remember. One of them got back to me. It was only them that were doing the app at that time. Those couple of the guys that started it. And they got back to me and said, yeah, the great idea, great feedback, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard through the grapevine that they were testing out a live auction thing. And I was already buying stuff from other people that did Instagram live auctions. Toy USA was one of them.
Toy USA used to do them on Facebook all the time.
Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, they did a lot.
Yes.
Instagram,
maybe it was Instagram now.
But I was frustrated with it because one, the delay, and I would get screwed out of something I think I should have won. And also, like, I sold stuff myself through like mystery boxes and pops and stuff through other sites, like my own website and other things, and it was just a pain. And I saw this for the first time. I got to see a preview one before it went live with anyone else that you could buy stuff on. And it was like their beta test. And I told you guys, right, when I saw that, I said, I want in on it. I told them right away, I want in, because I said, this makes my life easier being able to sell this way. And you guys take care of the shipping, guarantee getting payment, all these kind of things that are a pain when you try to sell through an Instagram live or a Facebook live or any kind of other platform. It kind of took that, it became like that Macari meets the Instagram live kind of like guarantee for you stuff. So I think a lot of people don't know like the history of it and went through it, and they've grown a lot, and all companies have growing pains and good things, bad things.
I mean, really, Josh, at the end of the day, you know what it is? There's scumbag people out there that try to take advantage of people. Right. They're on Whatnot, they're on eBay, they're on Macari, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, and
they're knocking on your door.
They're 100%. You're unfortunately going to find that everywhere. I get. Listen, I'm right there with a lot of the stuff that I hear negative. I don't want to make this the whole Whatnot thing, because really it's not that big of a deal to me. I enjoy it because I enjoy the people on there that come and talk with us, and they'll pick up boxes and do that kind of thing. I appreciate that every single week that we're on there. So, whatever. Now, is there negativity that's on there? Yes. Do I go into streams and people say this is a steal, that's a steal, oh my God, this is going for a steal, you guys are not, like, that annoys the bejesus out of me. I do not go in those streams anymore because I can't handle that. So I'm not going to pretend like this is all, like, it's all great. It's definitely not all great, but there is some greatness in here. are on that app. And I think 3 people that are the greatness are right here, because you're going to get a square deal. You're going to get people, stuff from people that you trust. And I think that goes a long way. I've done the same thing. I have people that I trust, and I buy stuff from people that I trust. And that's kind of where it goes.
I bet by the end of the year too, the 3 of us will have raised almost. We'll be close, because I'll do another auction, and I'll do one right after the new year, charity auction. And John does every week something with charity. Every month you do a different charity, and that by the end of this month, I'll have my other charity auction. I think we probably will have altogether probably raised close to $100,000, close to $100,000 for charity. I bet, through the 3 of us.
We're probably over 20 at this point.
Yeah, and I know I'm same point. So yeah, close to probably over $100,000 for charity that we've raised.
Yeah,
and that's some craziness. That I don't hear from any other channels.
So, Riley, I do want to address this comment really quick. I know there are issues in the card community on whatnot, but I can't speak.
Oh, it looks horrible.
From what I've heard, actually, one of my really good friends who lives near us, he helps us out with our house and our business stuff all the time. He's a big card guy, and he has told me some of the stuff that's happened on whatnot with the card breakers, and it sounds awful. But I can't control that. I can only control our little Funko stream that we do every Monday night at 7 p.m.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should listen. You should not have to speak for everybody,
right? And that's the
speak
thing.
For yourself. I speak for myself, right. And Josh speaks for himself. We're not speaking for everybody else that's on there, because
we can't.
We know that there's some people that are not. There's other people than just these 3 people right here that I feel like I could purchase from. But as there people I'd stay away from. Heck yeah, just like anywhere else. There's people on all the platforms I'd stay away from.
You guys ever go to a flea market? That's what it reminds me of.
A little bit. Yeah.
Like there's people that do that. You'll go to their booth every time you go to the flea market and buy from them, because you trust them. They have the goods you want. They have the stuff you want, and you trust it. It's good product. They make you a good deal. They'll haggle or whatever with it. If you got cash or whatever like that, they'll do a good deal with you. But then you also got the people that are trying to upsell something that if the person doesn't know better, they're going to buy it from them and get screwed over, or it's damaged or doesn't work, and they're going to get it, or who knows? It might be stolen.
I think that's the beauty. And I think, I saw Stephanie and a few other people say they got accepted to be sellers as of recently, and that's amazing. And I really encourage you to work as hard as you can, like,
and be professional. That's all you need to do. I mean,
exactly. It's a great platform where you can make some money. You can make some good money to use that to fill all your collection needs. Maybe you can sell off some stuff you don't want, or maybe if you want to bring in collections to help offset the stuff you're buying for personal use, or you can build a business off of it. Like, that's the opportunities that the platform has. You can use it for good, or you can use it for bad. I think that us being tied to a YouTube channel is actually something that's in our favor, because if anybody has an issue with anything we do over there or on any platform, Instagram, Facebook, anything, like, it's a small community. It's going to get back to us.
We go out of our way. Yeah, we go out of our way to, I
never want anyone to feel like they got ripped off. I never want anyone's package to come damaged, for as long as we can help it. If the post office runs over your box, I can't help that. But we want everybody to have as positive as an experience on every platform that they interact with us, because I want people to continue to watch our videos. I want people to continue to come back. Like, we're in this for the long haul. So for me to yell at somebody and say, hey, buy this pop, and lie to them about the value, or, force somebody to buy something, that doesn't benefit me in the long run, and that like ripping off one person, it's not worth it to me. I'd rather somebody get a good deal or a pop under value every single week, because then they can come back, they're watching our videos, they're interacting with us, they're happy, they're building their collection for under cost. That is a win-win, and to Vince's point and everything. But I know there's a lot of comments in the chat, and I appreciate everybody interacting with us so much tonight. This has been awesome.
I think one of the things too, this is what I expect from other companies. So this is what I think we've all come to the point where we sell on Whatnot. We get our product out in 2 days, pretty much. Like, if I sell stuff last night, I'll get it out Saturday morning at the latest. Like Saturday before close of get it out at the latest, that type of thing. I think we expect that of other companies too, and that's what bothers us too. There's a lot of companies that in the past we've bought from that, like, there's supposed to be stuff ready. It's not pre-sale stuff. It's not like, it's like, why did it take 2 weeks to get something out, or 3 weeks, or you have to message them what's going on with it? And I think that's one thing too. It's like, I love platforms that have your back either way. I think that's why we all take a hit of fees. Like, we all get killed with fees on any platform you sell on. You get killed with fees, but it's also that convenience, safety for the people, safety for us, and it makes things a little easier in the long run. I think on any of these platforms. I mean, Macari's been riddled with fake sellers lately in the Funko
that's another it's another issue we got to talk about another day.
That's like, it's just been awful with that. But I mean, that kind of thing too. It's like, people might not know better if they don't scroll down a little bit and look that why does it have 0 stars, 0 sell? That's why it's a good deal.
So there's a couple comments, and I think it's a great time for a little bit of a topic change here. So Holly says, what are some upcoming pops and sodas that y'all are excited
Holly,
for?
can I say what I'm looking forward to?
Yes, please.
And I can hear my voice upstairs, so Brie must be listening right now. And I'm going to say it anyway, because I know she's behind this one. Those 3 liters, especially. This too.
This is fire.
Don't even get me started on this one. But that 3-liter Moana pop or soda, I'm sorry.
Oh, the
3-liter soda.
The Maui.
Pop.
Yeah.
The Maui. I cannot wait for that thing, and I cannot wait for Hatbox Ghost. This thing is amazing as well.
This thing's awesome.
This
is like the perfect soda right here. Glow in the dark chase. I love the common as well, but you kind of like, this is like the first glow in the dark chase that I'm like, man, I kind of do have to get this one too.
Yeah.
Even though it's the exact same.
The glow in the dark. This glow matters. This glow matters.
Yeah, it does matter.
This is a must for us. So, and I can't wait for the rest. Can't wait for Gus and all of.
Well, you might have to wait a little while.
I know.
They might not put it out right away, but
it'll probably be like Kiss.
This soda is amazing. I'm not even a big like Haunted Mansion guy, and we have to have this one. So
I mean, this would have been an amazing SDCC soda. Like I could have seen something like this come out there. That, I mean, the pops. That's where they, the parks and stuff like that. I'm surprised they didn't make this like a park exclusive one.
I'm actually glad they didn't.
I'm glad they also. I'm
glad they didn't, but then I'm surprised they didn't. Like,
it would have been a good first
one, because they made the pop pins. Remember the pop pins that are all pop pins? Like, they were all park exclusive.
Those are great too. Those are awesome.
And
there's a pop pin that I own all the Haunted Mansion ones. I forgot they're with our Halloween stuff
too. The Fig Pin came out with the Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah.
I don't not thrilled. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Why is Maui's Chase blue? I'm not really excited.
Okay, let's not talk about that. I mean, because
chase, then I could be happy with a comment. That's the great thing about it.
Like, yeah, for sure. I
like those.
That mold though, I said it might have been last week. I mean, the weeks all run together, but the artistry on that mold. I mean, I got to see it in person, but I've been blown away the way that the 3 liters have been done. I absolutely love the style, because it's not like just a soda style. Like I was looking at the Hulk earlier. I just love the way that those are turned out.
Yeah. Yeah, the bottle looks great. I mean, Bumble I'm coming around to. I'm just kind of
Bumble is.
I don't like how they done. Like, they've already made a small Bumble. Like, why do we?
I don't like when they just blow this. Yeah, they just blow up the soda and make it big. Like, I don't want a big soda. I want like Maui.
Yeah,
like that is like you put that. That's a statue. That's not. I mean, that's worth $40 for me all day long.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, the Chase.
Where's the 3-liter Freddy? Amen to that, Brandon. Where is the 3-liter Freddy? I don't know. Where is that?
Secret.
Also, I will say this though, and I said it actually the other night while we were live. on whatnot. The point system. If you guys have been racking up your points for Funko's website, I will tell you that if you can get enough points to cash in for a $20 coupon, buying a 3-liter at $20 feels so good compared to buying it at 40. I bought a Vader for $20, and man, I felt like I was stealing it. I had to get off the website. Hopefully it ships. I'm still waiting for it, but $20 for a 3-liter just feels so good. So
I'm really close to 20,000 points, so I'm keeping it because I want to get to the point where if something drops that is 20,000, like they have dropped some of the Soto Protos and some other things.
Oh no, I'm the opposite, man. Use your points now. Use them now.
See, I'm the one that gets.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of both of you guys. I don't have a clue what I have.
That sounds about right.
Not a clue. And I just checked it like a week ago.
I did pop myself, though. I did pop myself.
Oh, good.
I popped myself too, I think, but I didn't get an email yet. Yeah, see, okay, Breeze agreeing. Maui is amazing.
All right, so you're entitled to at least one Maui 3.
We're getting a Maui, and we're getting a Bumble.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I'm excited about, and I know it's a little bit more on the basic side, but I mean, some of you guys will probably roll your eyes because we've gotten so many Freddies recently. But how about the Loungefly Freddy? I'm kind of excited for this. I know it's maybe everybody forgot about it. There's been so many Freddies lately, but
I need to see the bag more. I need to see the bag. Yes. What kind of bag? What kind of lounge? Like, because okay, the pop yourself, they're holding a Loungefly bag. Like it's one of the accessories you can get. So I'm curious what style bag this is. What style Loungefly bag?
Anthony, you are correct. Nothing beats getting that $100 discount on Lego with the VIP points.
Oh, we did that. That's
very true. Also, I know it kind of got lost in the shuffle, but everybody else who's a Lego collector in the house, you guys are amazing. So thank you for being here.
Just saying.
I
actually bought. Hey, I got the Up House today, guys. Up House on sale, $48. We've been waiting for it to go on sale. Amazon and Walmart, $48.
Nice. We were looking at it at Target the other day, and we almost grabbed it. So
that's why we picked it up today. And they delivered it already. I bought it this morning at like 5 a.m. and they delivered it at 5 p.m.
They were waiting for you. They were like, Vince is going to buy this today.
Boom, right on the doorstep.
There you go.
Speaking of Legos.
Also, I believe it was Zach who came in and asked about the Aqua Socks Freddy soda. Did you guys get any from the Aqua Socks website?
No, it sold out too fast on the website.
I didn't even. I like it came through. I kept clicking on it all day.
Yeah.
See, and then I stopped, and then of course I think we were doing something else, and it went through, and then I did end up grabbing one on eBay, common, for a pretty cheap price. I guess like $30 shipped or something like that.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
It was like 30 or 35 shipped. It was like a really good deal. So I was like, oh.
Speaking of good deal, man, I got a Thor soda for $18 shipped. That seems
that's crazy.
Kind of incredible to me.
The 2000, the metallic one or the regular one?
No, the regular one.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically retail. I felt like, and retail and free shipping. So
there's been some Lego leaks though lately that look pretty cool.
I've seen a lot of the upcoming
some of the ideas. The idea one that's coming in January. Did you see that one?
I saw the last one that I saw. I was excited. Oh, look at John over here. Is that sealed?
It is sealed.
We cracking this thing or what?
We're ripping this baby. I got a bunch. I don't know how.
A bunch.
Lucky.
Like 500. John got all.
No, I got 3 before it sold out, but I got 3.
That's pretty good. Could you only get one at a time, or could you?
No, I mean I lucked out. I lucked out. But kudos to the 58 people who messaged us like right away. I had people message, call, and text. My phone just blew up, and I appreciate everybody who helped me because I really want to get one of these. Plus, there were some people who picked some of these up from the game for us. So we had a lot of people looking out for us. So thank you guys so much. And there's good news on the Freddy Horizon. Our second box of fun finally came. We open it for tomorrow's video. So
Can we get a preview of what mascot you think you got? We never know if it's true, but
true. It was definitely lumberjacks this time.
Okay.
I can tell you that. So here is the 4,000 piece. Love seeing that low piece count with the chase. So that's what the common looks like. I did open one of these in tomorrow's video as well. So here we go. I would love to pull the chase. Oh. Common. It's all right.
Well, it sounds like you got plenty more chances. So
I only have one.
You got a full set of baseball cards too now, right?
I did. Yeah, it came with some weird baseball cards.
See, they had cards from 2008 on their website.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but I'll probably give them away.
Like, I thought that was so. Last year was a hat, right?
No, last year was a T-shirt. It was
T-shirt.
way better.
T-shirt with Webley.
Oh
Yeah,
man, look at how cute he is. Look at that little Freddy.
I still think they'll drop more because they didn't drop enough on the site at that time to finish the rest off. Because how many is that? How big a number is that? 4,000, right?
4,000. Yeah.
They had 25 at the game, and I don't think they dropped more than 500. So there's probably more out there. They'll probably sell like packages with T-shirts and other things. They'll probably
let's do that. I want another T-shirt.
I want to see them drop some more because they couldn't have sold another 1,500. Do you think in like a second?
I'd be surprised. I feel like there's not enough. No, I would be surprised on that. Although I did see a couple of case breaks on whatnot.
Cases? People got cases?
Yeah.
How?
Hey, John, don't ask me how that happened, but
how's it guaranteed?
You know what? They had 6 sodas. I didn't see the case get open, but I seen that they had 6 sodas, and there wasn't
6 sealed or 6
open? Sealed, and there was.
Did you say sealed? Stole? Sealed? No, 6.
You know that whatnot's a shady place. I don't know if you guys heard this before or not, but I don't know what goes on that website. But they had a listen to this because I had to watch it. 6 sealed sodas. One guy or lady bought 5 sodas. One person bought one. Where do you think the chase went?
No.
And they
never just buy one.
You want to get mad at somebody, guys? Go get mad at people. They sold these for $60 each, and the guy spent, or the lady spent whatever, almost $300, and
oh my god,
no chase for them. It was the person that bought the one for probably the cheapest amount, I think, which was like 45.
You don't let it go. You just buy the whole case. Then.
You have to.
Well, I think it might have been the first one, and they bought all 5 after that. So I felt bad. But then another part of me was.
It wasn't that stupid Uncle Funko guy, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was somebody I've not seen before.
Yeah, I think.
So, listen, stuff like that happens. It happens. You'll see it like in other places. Here, you're just seeing it straight out. Like, and you're gonna get that kind of thing. I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, if it would have won for $40, $45, I probably would have got it.
But I mean, we've all seen that with like even our mystery boxes. Someone buys like 6 mystery boxes, then the person that comes in to buy one and gets it for the lowest price gets the hit out of it.
Hey, I'll say this though. Like if there's a guarantee chase and you're seeing the case break with something like that, I'd rather get it from somebody like that I'm seeing what's going on than take my chances with eBay or Macari that you don't know what they're doing with these sodas.
I mean,
I really don't trust anybody buying sodas on the secondary market anymore.
You can't.
No, unless it's somebody that we're trading with or doing something like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't do case breaks. Riley says, I got my lumberjack box and pulled my one want from all of the 15 box combos. Captain Fred America.
Congrats, Riley. Me too.
I saw that, Vince. And I saw that too, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm crying inside.
Yeah, you got the same box as us, Josh.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when you pulled that box. I was like, that's Shannon. Shannon opened that box.
That was the only good thing. I didn't know. I mean, we only got the one box. Unfortunately, whatever. We're very fortunate to get the one box, and I'm glad that we did.
Did you get the He-Man soda? I can't remember if you did or not.
We got He-Man and Batman, which like that box was
perfect.
I mean, it was perfect.
It was a good box. That was a really good box. I think our last box was pretty I liked our last one. I still had to go after stuff I didn't get. I had to break
Yeah,
down
there's.
Space
I've got a
Scoop.
couple
Had
in
it.
transit.
I'm afraid Space Scoop's gonna go up. I don't know.
Yeah, Yuri, I'm right there with you. I need that Freddy Stormtrooper. I need it.
You
That
guys
was-
surprised
that
how
was
fast the pricing came down on all the Freddies, though?
Not really. Not really.
Some of them, yeah.
Didn't
But they
it
did
feel like it
release
stayed a
lot.
little elevated longer last year, though?
Yeah, it was definitely a
Yeah.
lot higher for longer last year. I think you know what it is. I think there's actually not as many Freddy collectors as Funko thinks. Like,
I agree with that.
I think some
There's a lot of
people.
Sellers. There's a lot of
A
Freddy.
lot of Freddy
there
sellers.
is.
Yeah, there is.
Freddy sellers out
Well,
there.
I did see a lot of people say they were like disappointed with their box, but at the end of the day, like if you're not a Freddy collector, then it's not really the box for you.
How many unopened boxes have you seen on Macari? Like all these boxes, and
Oh, yeah.
box numbers. It's crazy.
Well,
'cause
you know
everyone-
what? I think
down
the
now.
community kind of shoots itself in the face. I wish that we didn't know the box combinations. You know, I wish it was all just super
I was
jumbled.
I wish it
naive
was
to
really
that.
random and no box combination.
Yeah,
That's
no
what-
box combinations. Everything's just super jumbled. I don't know how they can do that, but I feel like they used to do it like that. I don't remember these
I don't-
box
you don't-
combinations back.
No,
in the
there
day.
was box combinations even back to like the Olympic.
Well, prior to that, like 2016,
Prior to that,
2017, I
was,
don't
but
remember.
probably I don't remember.
Maybe there was, but I just wasn't in
Probably
tune.
on
to,
like some kind of flat other like not on social media. It was probably like on some web board somewhere. Like no one had it on social media or something.
Damn, Randy got the Stormtrooper. Well, if anybody deserves it, Randy
Congrats,
does. So good,
Randy,
good for
man.
you, Randy. Yeah, I'm not gonna give away what I pulled in my box tomorrow because I did have a pretty good box, but I
A
still got a
Wolverine,
few that I need to pick up. So
A Wolverine would be nice. That
Wolverine would be cool. So
God,
Elena says I don't have hundreds or thousands to spend on a Freddy Wolverine, so I'm making myself a custom one. Wolverine body, Freddy head. Boom, Freddy.
Hey,
is
nothing wrong with that.
No.
I've seen a lot of people do that, so you are not the only one. What's up, Chris? Good to see you in the house.
I will have some stuff I'm going to put up for trade though from our Freddy boxes. Like you said, like I like Freddy's, but I don't feel like I need every Freddy kind of thing. So there's stuff that I don't think fits what we collect, and then it's not what I'm after. So I'll probably be putting up some for trade or things like that. I'd rather at this time probably not sell them, trade them, or we'll keep them for like our charity auction or something like that.
But that's the beauty of these boxes, honestly.
Yeah, they're
Like,
great
you can
trade
do
boxes.
a lot of trading. I've seen a lot of people in our patron and channel member group chats do all kinds of trades right now. So that's kind of one of the positives of a box like this. Kevs has a good question. He says, so I know there's no Fright Night event for NYCC this year. That's probably for the best. Do you think they'll give us a Fright Night home box?
If they don't do an event, they
don't think so.
probably won't do a box.
But that's okay. Like, I think the problem with Freddy right now is he's not as exclusive as he used to be. There's a Freddy with almost every single NFT drop. They drop like random Freddys sporadically now, plus all of these, a lot of Freddys, you know, for SDCC/Fun Days. So I think not having a Fright Night this year is actually a good thing. I think it gives maybe Freddy a break. I'm fine with if they want to sprinkle in like a Freddy Pop or a Freddy horror/Halloween themed soda, like on the Funko shop for the con. I think that's good.
I think they should do something like that, like they did the Franken Freddy.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Like do one with a chase. Do a Freddy with a chase. Do a soda with a chase. Please do a Freddy soda with a chase. Like, stop not doing them with a chase. Like.
Yeah, that would be good. I would love that.
So Randy says, I love all Freddys, to be honest, but I never seem to pull the ones I want from the boxes. That's what generally happens with the mystery box.
Kind of mystery box. Yeah, mystery boxes are kind
most
of
of the time you're going to pull something that doesn't really fit your needs, you know?
Welcome to our world in general.
So Chase says, is there a good trade page on Discord for Funkos? I think we're all too old here to use Discord.
I'm on Discord.
Josh is on Discord.
But I usually do it for like information on like the NFTs and like a couple other things that I like that are mainly on Discord. Drop has a good Discord that keeps you updated with stuff and gives you counts and stuff like that. But I don't know of any trade ones for that. And there's plenty of Funko groups and that. You just got to be careful with any of those too. Truthfully, truthfully, like any of the trades are a hard one to do. Do you know people or trust people really?
I trust everybody. You should see the amount of trades that we got coming in. I probably trust too much, quite honestly, but
maybe I'm biased, but the best place to do trades is in our Instagram group chats, and that's with all our Patreon members and channel members. A lot of great people in there. So if you want to sign up, you'll get access to those group chats, and feel free to make trades in there. But regardless of if you trade with people connected to our channels or outside of the Funko community, be very careful. I generally like to say if you're trading like pop for pop, I would, send the person like $50 goods and services. So that way you can kind of make sure there's some skin in the game, for instance. So then they send you the pop, right? They have the $50 hold. And then once you send the pop, and then have the money returned.
You're sending collateral, basically.
Yeah, it's basically use collateral. I would never just blindly send something in a package to somebody I don't know. So if you know the person and you're comfortable with putting the item in the box and sending it to them, yeah, by all means, go for it. But just be very careful. I've been burned. I know Vince has been burned. He's probably been burned the most because he's very trusting. But I know Josh has probably been burned too. It just happens. So
well, and I mean, if I haven't traded with you before and done stuff, like we have it where I ask you to send something to me and I'll send you it once I receive it. Just because if I haven't done business with you before, I have a lot more to lose by screwing you over than someone I don't know. So that kind of thing.
We do kind of the same thing. I mean, I don't necessarily say that. Sometimes it just takes me forever to send stuff out, but usually we kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think also finding, just see if there's people local too. Like see if there's groups or things going on, events and things like that. I recently talked to a comic book shop that's a little farther out that I just got I traded some stuff in and got some stuff I wanted from, and I was talking to him like why don't you do a swap night? Like only maybe a couple people can sell that are vendors that and then anyone else can come in and bring stuff to swap with each other if they want. But like do that so you can start building a group of people that come to your shop too.
Yeah. So John will be celebrating his 58th birthday in a few days. So happy early birthday to you, John.
Yeah.
He's hoping to have the Freddy as G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, Destro, and Storm Shadow at some point in the near future. Doesn't know about Cobra Commander. That one is pretty pricey. Yeah.
John, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I used to have it. I used to own it back in the day, but I traded it away for something else. So, but yeah, be careful with trades if you're going down that route. If you feel free, ask around in the community for a reference. Say, hey, has anybody traded with this person before? Because people are usually pretty quick to say one way or another. Haven't done the trade. So there's a lot of good people in this community, but please keep your guards up because there are a lot of people, unfortunately, in this community that will take advantage of your good heart. So especially in Facebook groups, you got to be careful on Facebook groups. So there's some good ones. There's also some bad ones. So just be careful. But Kev's, we got one more question here. I think I missed the first hour of the show. Apologies if we've spoken about it, but when do you think we'll get the next NFT announcement? It's been a while.
Oh, no.
I'm actually glad that it's been a while because we've had a lot of other stuff in the meantime.
That break with SDCC. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear something in the next 2 weeks.
September, I would think.
Yeah, I would say right at the beginning of September, end of August here.
I think they're trying to get caught up too. Like, I feel like there's a lot they haven't shipped yet that's been a little while sent out. So it could be production wise, but it also could be IP licensing, like waiting for something to go through. But I think 2 a month is a little much. I think one.
Yeah, I agree with
one a month. I think is the sweet spot.
Yep.
Chris just did an amazing trade in one of our groups for the Fairly Odd Parents 3-pack. Now that's pretty amazing. So Chase, we would love to have you. So we would truly appreciate the support. So, but guys, I think it's getting to that time. Vince, what do you got on the docket? What's coming up? What can we look forward to from the Poppin' Duo?
So, what do we have to look forward to?
It's
No.
my favorite part of the week, right here.
No, so we actually Saturday's video, Gabby's back for one video. Will
Nice.
she ever do another video? I don't know. So you guys better watch Saturday's video. Not only, you know what? I don't know how many people are in here right now, but I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. We open a Smile World box and we pull something amazing.
Does it have a duck on it?
It may or may not have had a duck on it. And we don't have this whole chain of ducks like Professor Josh does. This may or may not have been the third one that we got. So you guys have to see Saturday's video. Then, Hun, we got to do some videos tonight. We're going to have to do something for next week. I don't know what else we have after that. We got some amazing mystery boxes here. We will have a Whatnot mystery box on Tuesday. If you guys want to join us there, come out, say hi. You can bash us for a little while if you'd like to. We could talk about the weather if you guys want to do that instead. We could do something fun on Tuesday. So join us on Tuesday. We'll have a video on Tuesday and Thursday, but check out Saturday's video because Gabby's back. You can see that she's grown about 8 inches since the last time she was on a video. That's it for me, I think.
Pipsqueak, I'm going to jump in really quick. I am soups jealous that you got the new Lego Corvette. I cannot wait to get that set. But yeah, that's how it always happens, right? You buy something big and then something else jumps up. But congratulations on the Lego Corvette. I would love to see a picture of that when it's fully built because I don't know when I'm going to be able to buy one of those.
Be in your pile.
And then build it.
Yeah.
And then,
I saw your pile, John.
We have a little bit of a pile.
You're beating our pile for sure. So
that's not the only pile.
So what's going on coming up? So if you didn't see yesterday, we opened some more exclusives. So exclusives from SDCC, including some Tiny Ghosts, some Chomps, and another box of fun. So if you didn't see what we got in our last or extra box of fun that we were able to get. And then on Saturday, we got some Soda Saturday with some SDCC sodas, not Reptar sodas. I think we're out of Reptar sodas, but we did pretty well last week if you didn't watch that video. And then next week, we do have auction on Wednesday. I also put a story out there. I'm curious about who's interested in a really big mystery box, like high roller kind of mystery box with a big hit that I have had for a while. So I put it in my stories if you haven't checked out on Instagram.
Check that out.
And then, everyone go book my charity auction at the end of the month on Whatnot. I'm at like 75 bookmarks or something, 80 bookmarks, somewhere around there. Let's get it over 100 by the end of this week. Let's get it there. And then I know some people have sent some things in. I so appreciate the people that have sent something in. If anyone else is interested in sending anything over, just let me know. Reach out to us on Instagram so we know it's coming, and we'll make sure to give you the right shipping information and everything like that out there. But yeah, I appreciate everyone helping out with that. We're going to be getting some more stuff to that. So excited about doing that and raising more money for scholarships, as we have twice a year we do this. So we appreciate it. A lot of stuff's our own and other stuff. So, and then lots of other mystery boxes next week too. We got to open. Got a lot of stuff to open.
Nice.
So, Steven, huge congratulations to you for picking up the Freddy as Luke Skywalker with Grogu. That is an amazing one right there. But, guys, we're actually going to be switching things up a little bit on the channel, but hopefully in a good way. Tomorrow's pretty normal, but it is a big video tomorrow. We do finally secure our second box of fun. So we did pull something truly amazing. So make sure don't miss that. I'm going to be dropping it early in the afternoon. So if you're trying to beat the lunch rush or beat the traffic or whatever, you have something to watch right around your lunchtime. If you got a couple minutes, it won't take too much of your time. But I always appreciate the views no matter what time of the day it is. The big change that we are making on the channel is we're bringing back vlogs and some behind the scenes content, which is kind of something that we've been talking about for a while. A lot of people have been saying they want to see more behind the scenes stuff. Joanna and I do a lot of stuff without turning the camera on. So we figured, you know what, might as well turn the camera back on so you guys can see exactly how much work goes into running our channel and our business. So that's going to start with Saturday's video. So we're not going to be doing a duel this week. We'll be doing I've already filmed most of it. We have a vlog dropping on Saturday, and that's going to showcase some stuff that happened during the week and give you a preview for our huge Marvel auction happening on Monday night. So the other thing that Joanna asked me to kindly show off, because they're truly amazing, we will have an exclusive summer Marvel sticker that you'll only be able to get from
I love that shield in the sand.
Yeah, everybody who makes a purchase on Monday night's auction, whether you buy a puck or a pop or soda, whatever you want to buy, you will get this sticker. It is separate from the Patreon goodies this month. So yeah, we're gonna do more. We've been buying collections, or throughout the entire year. So we're gonna be showing off some of those collections that we've pulled in, starting with all the Marvel stuff on Saturday. We're going to be doing our giant SDCC unboxing on Monday, and Joanna will be joining me in that video. So that'll be exciting. I would love to bring Don back. I know that's the one thing that everybody always asks us, and I'm truly humbled by that. I know Don is equally as humbled by the requests. That is one of the things that I want to bring back. That
and bingo.
Full-time active duty military. That would be something I would love to bring back to the channel. Had a lot of fun doing that, and it was a segment that was very, very time consuming, as it should be. It's a pretty hefty segment, so that's something long term we want to bring back, but I truly appreciate everybody's support. So in the meantime, you'll have some different content to hopefully enjoy, a little bit more relaxed, behind the scenes. You'll get to see more of our house, more of Alex, which is always great. I know a lot of people want to see Alex more in videos, which is great. So that's a little change we're going to bring back. We're still going to do the duels and everything. I don't know when the vlogs are going to fall in the week, in the weekly or monthly rotation. It might just be like once every 2 weeks or something like that. But I think that's going to do it for us.
Oh, I got one more thing.
Oh, he's got one more thing.
I forgot. Next week, we're doing an in-person PopCon. So PopCon Orlando at the DoubleTree over by near Universal, right outside of Universal Studios. We'll be there on Saturday and Sunday. So come on out. I think it's like 10 to 4 or something like that. So come out. There's a couple, I'll post about it, but there's 4 people doing signings too. A couple animes, and then Sam De La Rosa, a comic book artist too, as well. So some good signings going on.
Huge shout out to our good friends. If you guys aren't following Funko News Canada, we highly recommend them. They're fantastic buddies of ours. We actually met them in Niagara. So if you guys aren't following them, make sure to go do so. I don't know how they do it. They travel around to more cons than the Queen, but they're amazing people. So definitely go check them out. Sir Bass, I'm sure you're not the only one who could go for a full video about Alex. Alex is pretty mellow these days because it's very hot. So I'm sure he'll have more energy once the weather cools down and everything. But a lot of great stuff on the horizon. A very well-attended Pop Force 1 this evening. So thank you guys for coming out. If you haven't subscribed to the Pop and Duo or Professor Josh, please do so on your way out, and feel free to enjoy their videos whenever it's most convenient for your timely schedule. So with that being said, don't stop shooting until you score, and we'll see you all next Thursday night on another fantastic episode of Pop Force 1.
Night, everyone.